Hi everybody, it's Michelle, and today I'm going to show you how I am set up for One Book July 2016. So for right now, this is my one book for the month that I have my planner in, and it is actually a wallet that I have modified to fit my Hobonichi weeks in here, and I kind of made it into a traveler's notebook. And I'm going to show you what I have in here and everything that I carry. So that I have my one book, and this is my one pen. I switched back into my Coletto pen because I have been having issues with my my Unistyle Fit pen with the ballpoint ink smearing or like feathering out behind my pages on my Hobonichi, and I've had this problem in the past where the pigment is like really heavy, and I think it's because of where I live actually, because it is so humid and it causes some kind of moisture on the paper. I am not sure what exactly is going on with that, but it's really weird, and I know other people don't have the same problem, and so it makes me feel crazy sometimes. But this is the one book that I leave the house with. This is everything that I need is in here, right here. Everything. I could leave the house with this because it has all of my debit cards, everything that I need in here. Now I had set up and modified my personal size planners, two of them, this one and one of my file faxes, to be a traveler's notebook, you see here. And I was loving this, but I was carrying around all of these books, and I really don't need to. Let me show you what I had in here. This is my art journal, which I'm not going to be carrying around with me any longer. I'm going to actually take this out and snap it into my Erin Condren so that it's in there. And I've already decided that when I finish this book, hopefully this will last me for the summer, and I'll start a new one at the beginning of the school year. I'm going to move into a standard size Midori insert, the 013, one of these, and do my art journaling in here. And then I'm just going to keep my art journals in a standard size Fodori or traveler's notebook from then on. And I will put this little book in here. It won't be the same size, but that's okay. So I don't need to carry that around with me. And I did do a bullet journal, which I really don't have to have this because I can do everything that I'm doing in here, I can actually do in my Hobonichi weeks. Now this book here, I would like to have something like this to carry with me. And I'm hoping that I will be able to add it to my setup when I receive I ordered a Filofax Compact Saffiano zip in the pear colors, so that would match nicely. And I'm hoping there's going to be enough room to put this book, which is just my scribble notes book, where I just write anything and everything and scribble notes on there. And I'm hoping to add that with my Hobonichi weeks and have that so I can carry everything around. Those two things. Now I still do use, and these are my Unistyle Fit pens that I use, these colors that I use the most. And if I decide I don't want to use my Coletto, I may switch back to my Unistyle Fit, but not use my ballpoint ink, just use the gel ink, because I don't have any problems with the gel ink in the Hobonichi at all. It's just the ballpoint ink. I don't know what's going on with that. So I'm putting this to the side. I won't be using it. And I will only be using this. I still do have my Erin Condren, but this is not a planner, so it doesn't count. So I just use this. I go back at the end of the day and I write in what happened for the day. This is just more like a record keeper. Let me show you how I have July set up. This was June. And for July, I do put the things on the calendar so I know what was going on. And then I just jot in little notes, and I did add in some little graph paper cutouts, and I just glued them here. And these actually came from these notepads that I got from Target in the dollar spot. And I love that because I love graph paper. These are actually smaller squares than these on here. I can fit an extra hour on the day on these sheets than I can on here. So I thought that was a good use for this. I'm going to test this out. I did it for this week, and I'm going to try it for next week and see if I like it that way. And that way I can have my time tracker in here. And I just put in the things that I know that we have, like games and swimming lessons start this week, that type of thing. I'll put that here, and then I'll just go back at the end of the day, like I said, and jot in notes and jot down what I did throughout the day, and then maybe put pictures and other things in there just to keep some. I love pictures, so they go everywhere. And since I have my own photo printers, it's really easy for me to print out my pictures. So to me, this one doesn't count because it's not a planner. It's just more like a record keeper for me. So this wallet here, I ordered from Amazon, and I will put a link to it below. It comes in many different colors, and it is leather, and I did have to modify it a little bit, and I will show you that. And I'm going to find one of the pieces that I took out, so let me find that. Okay, this was the faux dory that I made to fit my weeks. It's personal size, but it's taller so that my weeks would fit in there. But this right here, this piece, I just stapled this slot, this top loading envelope slot thing from Filofax onto here to slip under there. But this whole flap was in this wallet. Look how many cards, and there's a slot here and all these cards. Over here, slot back here, and all these cards. This wallet held so many cards. I mean, you could put in every conceivable card, or I could have stuck in stickers or something, you know, just in all of these slots here. But it made it too bulky, and I could not fit my weeks in there if I did not take this out. So I didn't really have a choice if I wanted to use that. And I love this color because pink is my favorite color ever. I added on this strap here that I had just to give me a wristlet if I wanted to carry it around like that. It comes with this back zipper where I have cash and other little things, and my iPod fits in here really nicely. So does, let me see if my phone fits. I think my phone's probably too big. I have a big, huge phone though, folks, so it don't really count. No, my phone doesn't fit. I have the Note 5. It's too big. But the iPod slips right in, and I can't show you that because I'm actually filming on it right now. And it doesn't really bulk it up too much as long as I don't have a case on it. If I don't have a case on it, it just goes right in, no problem. So inside, you see I have my weeks here, and I do have the soft cover weeks. I don't know if this would work with a hard cover because it wouldn't have any give, and it would be too hard to close it probably. But it's my soft cover weeks, and I still have all of these card holders here where I have all of my cards. So there was a slot for everything that I needed, plus my ID down here, and then there's still this pocket back here where I keep like my washi tape sample, and I think that's all I have back there right now. And then I have my little inserts here, and it has this back pouch where I'm carrying around like my Hobonichi stencil, some stamps, that type of thing back there, and I can fit a whole lot more in there. I just haven't put anything else. Now when I'm closing it up, I don't buckle that because it would make it too hard to close. I actually pull this flap over to kind of protect the edge of my Hobonichi, and then pull it and close it. Because if you look at the design, this is not made to reach all the way over here when it closes. It's meant to leave that little gap right there. And so that just made perfect sense to flap that over and give that the protection. And then I can stick my pen right like that. And I have a place to keep my pen. So that worked out well. Now as far as this, I did poke holes with my crocodile to add elastic. And I just put one on each side, and I used this little bead here to run the elastic through so I could run it back through and give me 2 elastics on the inside. But I put this real thin, cheap elastic, and that was not strong enough to hold my Hobonichi weeks. So that's why I just ran my 2mm elastic, and I just ran it around because I wanted to see if it would work better, and I may modify that. I may not. I might just leave that because I don't mind. I think I'm going to put a charm here and just leave it be. But I ran this and I made it really tight so it's a lot stronger, and it holds my weeks in there just perfect. It doesn't even slide around. It's just there. And I try to fold that over when I'm working, and then I can just have my book, and there's like no extra room. It's like there's no overhang, anything. It's just your book is there. And I kind of like that. So in my weeks, I have everything. I keep all of my schedule, which, mind you, this also goes into my Google Calendar, so I do have it digitally also. But I have my schedule, my shopping list up here. I'll show you how I have next week set up. I do, the weeks are here, the days on this side, and then you get grid paper on the other side. For this upcoming week, I added in 2 sheets of paper to keep notes every day. Some weeks I don't add any paper. This week I didn't add any paper. This week I did add 1. This week I did add 1. It depends on how much I'm using it. But this is going to be a busy week coming up, so I added in 2 pieces of paper so that I have plenty of room to keep notes. And on this side here, I just write in any appointments or events that are going on, things that I know we have to leave the house to go do, that type of stuff over here. And this middle section I have for my everyday to-dos, like my to-do list here. And if I was using my bullet journal, this is what would be mostly in my bullet journal, this and my daily notes. But since I can consolidate it all here, I don't need to have the other book. Because if I have to write down more to-dos than will fit in this box right here, because I write really small, I can fit a lot in there. But if I have to write down more than that, it's not going to get done because it's just too much for one day. So that's my to-dos. And over here, I have been writing in things that I'm grateful for each day. And then at the very bottom, I'm smearing my book. At the very bottom of that day, I will put in what we had for dinner or any meal planning type of thing down at the bottom there. And then daily notes. And up here on this side, I usually put in my task list for the week. And then I reserve all the rest of that area to put in pictures and do some journaling for the week. Then again, with more pictures. See, I love to add pictures to everything. Everything. And just document everything going on in pictures. So that's how the back section is still with more bullet journal type of information. Things that pertain to this year, pretty much. And things that I want to have together in this book for this year. Now, this is the spring version, but I will be getting one that starts in January, so I'm just going to start a new book at the beginning of the new year. I've already decided that. I'm just not decided if I'm going to be getting a Hobonichi cousin for next year or not. So I have time to think about that before they do the launch. So this just has like all my book reading list, that type of stuff. Anything and things that I track every day, like my habit trackers in here, back here, daily stats and sales types. I haven't filled that in yet for this month. We just started. So, but this is my tracker here, and this is like DIY fish style tracking here with my monthly task list here. And I'm going from the back to the front for this. This was June, this is July, this will be August, and I just wanted to bring it this way so I would have still unused sheets over here. And I'm just keeping medical notes, that type of thing. I will come back to this. Information I need for the blog and my online shops. Just my wish list, school info, books, bills, budget, all that type of stuff is all back here in the notes section of my Hobonichi weeks. This here, I did write in my project because I was going to do a project. I was going to do the version 2 of this challenge, and I may still do that. I was going to be very ambitious and do this project, which I'm not even going to bring it up since I decided to wait on that and maybe do that in August or September. What I am going to work on, I think, is this home project, because I have some things around here that I really need to get done, and I think that's what I will focus on for July as far as my project. Now, I will only be in this book until my Saffiano comes in the mail, and then I am going to switch it out, and hopefully, I forgot to show you. In the back here, I did add just this tiny little booklet. I think it's only 1, 2, 3, 4 pages on each side, 4, 8, 6, so it's a little 16-page book of just real thin copy paper or Xerox paper, printer paper, for me to scribble in some notes if I need to scribble some notes. So this will have to work for now until I am able to get my bigger book into the Saffiano when that comes. And then I also have another little book here that I made that just keeps some information on some login information that I need to carry with me. And I just have it turned over. I usually have it on the elastic right here. I just have it turned over because I can't show that. So that is what I have in the back, and that's all I really need right now because everything is in here. And I can't believe I was able to fit everything into this one little book. This little book is like amazing. I never thought that I wanted one, and I kind of bought it on a whim back in March or the end of February when they were first coming out for the spring version. So I've been using it ever since it started at the beginning of March. This one actually began at the beginning of March. And it's just been amazing how much I can fit into this little book. I don't really need more than this. I do want my art journal, but that's totally separate. It's not a planner. So there you go. So that is my setup for One Book July 2016. Close that back up. Put my pen back in. It's a tight squeeze, but it goes. Hopefully I won't crack my pen. And there you have it. I'll put a link to this wallet. I can't remember what it's called. It came in this box. And it is leather, so hopefully that will stretch over time and give me some more give and some more room. If I have to keep using this book, it'll kind of get some stretchiness to it. But I love the box. I saved the box, and it's where I'm keeping like my extra little pictures and things for my art journaling. And I just have it sit over there. If y'all have any questions about this or my setup, just put it in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.